has entered chat.
Happy Saturday night. How's everyone doing? Not too bad. Hype! Drift, I heard you come in there earlier. Put the fucking nippers in the basket. I never know what to put in those announcements. What was last night's? Free candy? That actually got some reactions. I don't know. Do you ever change the Mechibat? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you both are doing well. I've had a pretty good day. Because I suck. Oh, come on. You're more creative than that. What was it today you asked me? What do you want my sub roll set to? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know. You pick. All right, Murder of Crows it is. I'm like, what? Where'd that come from? That was actually pretty good. Nice. Anyway, yeah. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're keeping cool. I'll just press the button. You should stream a little later. Go from, stream at 7. I was reading, it was like on my front page at least of Reddit, was just how hot it is down there in Las Vegas. Crazy. Crazy indeed. Whereas up here they're saying we're getting a heat wave and it's going to go up to 28. Meanwhile, it's 48 degrees in the southwest of the United States. Jack! How the hell are you, my friend? Jack, how is that beautiful desk coming along? Post some pics if you got them. So I went to the 20s would be nice. Do you remember the 20s? Remember your 20s, Drift? I don't mean your age, I mean the temperature. We're such pussies up here, though. We are. We really are. 22 degrees. Ooh. Yee. Ooh, I better wear layers. 28? Fuck it, I'm not going outside. No. This is ridiculous. This heat is oppressive. It's oppressive. I'm going to write my member of parliament to complain.
Cruising down Santa Monica Boulevard with the top down, Tear 23 has just joined chat.
Tear. Milady. Governor. Hello, Governor. For dads.
That's when Sir Topham Hatt said, "Welcome to the steam, for dads." Oh, did I say steam? I meant stream.
Oh, if only I had time to work on White Wolves. I could have just had complete chaos. Hey, yo! How the hell is everyone? We all showed up at the same time. How are you doing tonight, Four Dads? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated, my friend. Hey, J-Chan, how you doing? How you doing? Just getting things going here. Everybody likes a little Thomas the Tank Engine. What will I come up with for White Wolf? TJ.
Throw some shrimp on the Barbie. TJ, the man from down under, has entered chat.
I've got so many people to say hi to. How you doing, J-Chan? What are you up to? You working? You off? Having a little R&R? Building some kits? Playing some games? TJ, welcome. Hope everything's fine in the land of the Roo, the land of the koala. As always, love to know what you're working on. Please feel free to post pics. Post pics in chat. Oh, look at this, everyone. This is Jack's new setup. Beautiful countertop. Loving it. That is slick. Really nice work, my friend. So Jack actually made these counters himself with, I believe this is 39 plywood. It's 39 layers of exotic teaks and oaks and birch. Let's see what else he's got here. What's this? What's this you're working on? You need to treat these with more respect, Jack. There should be a plinth or a stand or something. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Very nice. Looks like you did a great job. Nice and tidy. You and me both, TJ. You and me both. Carnage. This looks really slick. This system. I like that you have a nice window too that you can see outside. I mean, it's a parking lot, granted, but it's still like, it's nice to have that. Is this a little door? This is an escape route. Drift, in Europe, all of the windows look like doors. Did you not know that? Terror. That's a good nickname for her. Behold, terror. Cold and wet down in Australia. Sorry for the delayed reply. Had hubby aggro. That'd be pretty slick though, hey Drift? Like, you know, you'd like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna go outside, and you just get up on your chair and climb across your desk and go right outside. It's just a Windows. You're not the boss of us, Jack. Don't tell us what to believe. Oh, here's some more. Here's some more workspace porn. Very clean, very tidy. Very nice, my friend. It's a European cultural thing, so their souls can leave when they die. Is that what it is? I thought when they died, before they died, if they knew they were going to die, I thought that they would like carve. I thought Europeans, particularly from where Jack is from, would carve like a longboat out of a solid tree, and with innate carvings and various symbols and of their lore, and then they would push it out into the ocean, in which that their body would be put with a pyre, and it would be set alight with a single flaming bolt, from their best mate, just through the air, through the sky, setting it ablaze, while their friends would just regale and dance and make merry on the beach. I think that's how they do it back there. That's Vikings, man. Jack, are you not a Viking? I'm sorry. This changes everything, of course. D Shen, how you doing? We're just getting started here. We're just having our pre-work banter, which I do. Pre-work banter. It's not so much a random stream, actually. I stream from 11 to about 2 a.m., every Saturday. These days they get them from IKEA. What's that White Wolf said? Oh, I love what they say. I love what they say in the instructions for my workbench. It supports 8,000 pounds, but explicitly says do not stand on it or use it as a step stool. And Fordad says, AKA, we had someone break their neck and we don't want to be sued. Yeah, so how about like the shampoo? How about the bottle of shampoo, Fordads, that says not to be taken internally? Like, what series of events occurred that a lawyer had to say you need to put this on all the bottles? How are you doing, D-Shen? Have you had a good Saturday? I'm turning into Odo. It's so muggy. Did you see those temperatures in Las Vegas, D-Shen? It's nuts. You do not want to know. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I am thinking. There's a hair curling one that says not to be used internally. Do not shove this into your butt and cauterize it. Because someone did that, and now the lawyers are telling us we got to put this on the packaging. Give me that dry heat any day, even if it's like 50 centigrade. Everybody wants up here. Today it was actually really hot. It was, I think, 24. That's right. The weather report tear down there is just, the UV index is 1 billion today. Do not go outside. It is as hot as the surface of the sun. Yeah, what part of Canada? It's very important that you choose wisely when you come to Canada. Very important that you choose. I turned to dust. Poosh, just whoosh, like kindling. Poof. Don't choose a Nuvik if you like warmth, for example. Although White Wolf, it's been getting hotter and hotter up there. The cold part. Honestly, West Coast. Go West Coast. Where it's never not cold. Yeah. West Coast, best coast. That's right, Tear. You know it. Here we see temperatures, I don't know, it's like drops down to about 10 degrees centigrade in the winter and climbs to usually is about the hottest The hottest it gets here is, and that's even taking into account the humidity, is maybe low 30s at the very most. Usually we sit right in the 20s throughout all of the summer. I mean, it's above 30, we're below 0. Yeah, but White Wolf, you're in Edmonton, right? Like, that's nosebleed. That's winter nosebleed. Anyway, I picked these up. I went to the hobby shop today to get some transparent yellow paint. Left like $230 poor. That is not the cost of yellow paint. But got a bunch of things that I picked up. This cute little guy, for one thing. Pretty slick little model. I'll show you the box. Drift and Etchibat have this, of course, right? Goes without saying. It's the creator works from Hasegawa. And they have names, but they didn't translate them into English on the box. And I can't remember. That same box showed up on my Amazon suggestions today. That is freaky. That is freaky. But that's algorithms, my friend. That is algorithms. I was looking it up. Right? And Amazon knows that you follow me through Twitch. So there you go. Thanks for that, Drift. Yeah, Milk and Cocoa. This is the only one that they seem to have on their website. I actually would have rather had these ones, but they didn't have those in the shop. They're so cool. But these different colored ones have, there's another name for them. But they're lots of fun. They're fun little models. And comes with 2 of them. Decent instructions. And they have this these extra bits, so you can have them with different pincer arms or heavy arms, like these ones. So there are these arms here that you see. Like you can put on these slender arms, slender legs, or they're sort of chonky legs, which aren't in that picture. Or you can swap in these heavier arms and feet. There's also, they open and you have this like lowering thing. It doesn't actually lower, but you can, like, it's not actually hinged at these joints, but you can open it and put this piece on it so it looks like it's open. And then it comes with some dumb looking kids that ride in it. Here's one.
Look everyone, hide your manga! Dreamcatcher Sky just entered Corvus's challenge! Welcome to the stream, Dreamcatcher Senpai!
Hey, Dreamcatcher, how are you? That's right, yeah, they're mechs. I can show you what the inside looks like. How's it going? So the head opens like that. Then that opens up to reveal kind of a cockpit, a standing cockpit. What was that? Dishan, my VIPs have personalized like trailer taggy type things, voice things, or this audio alerts when they enter chat. That's our resident manga aficionado. Dreamcatchers. Somebody is definitely a little bored whilst waiting for clay to dry. I'm not sure what you mean, four dads. But yeah, you've got this, so this piece here will actually can just like pull off. And then you can clip on that extended bit and then put it back on so it looks like it's just open and on the ground. This is a book fiend. Book fiend. But yeah, they're fun. They're fun. And not hard at all to make. There were some really nasty seams on visible seam lines on these pieces, these blue pieces here that go over the hip and the shoulders. But a little bit of sanding and it's gone. I'm debating whether or not I want to paint them. For now, I think I'll just build them and leave them. One neat feature is you can push these things up, and you see how these arms, how they're the hands, how they're like this. Well, the next one can kind of clip on and hold on to this one. I don't know why, but that's something they do. In fact, I have a picture of that somewhere. Yeah, here. So you can see they're attached to each other. You can make a necklace of them, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Well, maybe not that, but I was thinking like a centipede. You could basically make a mecha centipede out of them. Twinning, that's right. That's right. Anyway, they're fun. They're fun. What else did I get? Drop mecha. That'd be a... When Dark Horse releases manga, you're like, yeah, that's right. Roboconga. Or Dishan, you know, you just recently kind of discovered 5-star stories. Ask Drift to send you the link to the manga for that, if you wanted to pick up some of that. I got a tube of this just to test. But this is robbery right here. And it's not their fault. It's this much at all of the shops. I know, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So, I mean, I'll get, if I decide to use this instead of the other chrome products I have for the Knights of Gold, I'll maybe get, I'll maybe ask Etchibat to order me some. I'll pay her, of course. However, because in the States, it's almost $20 cheaper. It's ridiculous. It's so weird too, White Wolf, because some stuff is fine, right? Some stuff isn't marked up like this, but this is just like fucking dumb. Yeah, I thought Etchibat if I'm gonna... I'll just see if it does what I want. Hey, listen, do you thin this at all, or do you just go straight on with it? It is. It really is. Yeah, here you go, Dishen, Dreamcatcher. If you want to catch up on 5-star stories, there you go. Now you too can own volumes 1 through 26 of Mamoru Nagano's classic, translated 5-star stories manga series in complete glory. That's obscene. What else? I got some of this to try. I have a mortgage. I do have some restraint. Oh, I don't even suggest for a second anyone buy that. And here's the thing, Drift, right? The moment, you just know it, right? The moment you shell out the money for those late editions, right? They'll announce we're releasing a translation. Right? The minute that happens, Exactly, right? And you'll be able to get it for like 20. You'll have paid, you know, $800 for volume 26. Thinking, what a deal. And it'll be like, there'll be an announcement. Available in 3 months' time for $26. Crystal self-leveling liquid for modeling. So, going to use this on the Schnabelgun, which I'll just show in a minute. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They did have the Woodland Scenics at the shop, but I went with this one because I don't know why. I just did. So we'll be using some of this on the Schnabelgun. Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is between the two. This and the puddles. Is it just smaller? And then I also got some sort of swamp tufts. One of which I've already lost. Oh no, I didn't. There it is. So I got some shrubs. And what I'll do is I'll just use a combination of this stuff to put around the base. And go from there. Probably end up using all of them. These I ordered in. From the States. And the shipping wasn't that bad. I got these because they were the only ones I could find that had like a dark burnt grass that I wanted for the... Fist of the North Star manga. That's awesome. What else? I got the model kit. I got that. I got the clear yellow, but I'm not going to show that. Oh yeah, that's bad news for my wallet, Chan. WS might be having to recall on their hands. WS being who for dads? Shit, what else? Oh, here's the Schnapp. Oh, Woodland Scenics, okay. Huh. That's sort of bad news. Thanks, Ter, appreciate it. So, it's dry, but it, thanks, White Wolf, I do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. It's certainly come a long way, hey? But I think the base isn't quite completely dry, so I'm not super comfortable doing much with it tonight. I think we'll start that on Wednesday. Because it still feels like, you know how with clay, well, I don't know how many of you actually use like air dry clay, but the tanks look so good. These guys here, yeah. Thanks, Jack. I do appreciate that, everybody. It's been it's been a really fun build. It has been a really fun build. I'm glad you guys picked it. I really am. There's a piece missing here. Sorry about that. I don't even know where I put it. It's around. But it's still really cool. Like the base is still really kind of cold. And if you've used air dry clay, like that's what this is. It's DAS. If it's cool to the touch in a pretty warm room, that means it's not really dry. So I don't really want to do anything with it, because what we'll be doing is we'll be adding a lot of that woodland. Well, we'll be adding the grass to it, and then in areas we'll be adding the the Vallejo water. We'll be filling this footprint here that we made with water, so it looks like a puddle. I'll probably put a little bit of paint in the actual in the still water, this guy here, just to give it a bit of a tint. But I don't want to put in so much. Well, I'll use a transparent, so we don't put in so much that it you can't see the details at the bottom of the puddle. But yeah, that's kind of where things are at with the Schnab. Tonight, what we're going to be doing is we're going to start some of the oil paint rendering, which, if you remember, like way back, we started on one of these pieces, and I showed that technique of just using the oil paints to pull out streaks. Now we are at the point where we kind of know how this guy's going to be sitting, so we can properly do that job on it. We glued all these tanks. I think I'll probably glue this piece on. And kind of go from there. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So what we need to actually get on is, I actually should have done that first, I apologize, is we need to pick our oil paints. And I'm just going to put this over here. We need to pick our oil paints and get those on the cardboard as soon as we can here. So this is always what to choose. I mean, it's such a dark green already. We'll definitely want, I think, this one here, Industrial Earth. These are 502 Abteilung model oil color. It's just regular oil paint, just like Winsor Newton or other brands. But it's they come in colors that are really handy for weathering. And so, as I've showed in the past, what I do is I just put blobs of this stuff on the cardboard. Let's move him out of the way, though. So, I mean, look how much oil is in that. I'm almost not really liking that. Just so much linseed oil. Let's start over with that one. Yeah, I'm going to drift. That was too oily. That would have taken too long to actually soak in. So that's better. It's just because it's hot in here. Actually, that's not a lot better. Let me just see if I can't mix it a little bit. Oof. Still really oily. Anyway, that's more than enough. But hey, paint's meant to be wasted, right? So then let's go with the dark mud, because why not? It's going to look very similar to this one. This one's a lot more solid. Hey, Dishan Long, enjoy the lurk. Take care. We'll do light mud. Zalgo. Let's do, I mean, this is so similar. Cream brown. Is it similar? Let's put it on just in case. Why did I even buy this color? It's the same color. Orange. Can't go wrong with orange. Who doesn't like orange, am I right? Zalgo. He comes. And then, of course, perennial favorite, engine grease. Not to be outdone, Starship Filth. Starship Filth, one of my favorites. You know that asshole neighbor across the docking bay who's like constantly washing a starship? You know that bastard? What's his name? Chad, I think. What he needs is a little Starship Filth in his life. And then warm red. So, I mean, I don't know if I'll even use all these colors, but I like to have them. What else do you think I need? Do you think I need any other colors? People with actual art degrees? Anyone with an art degree in oh shit, I have an art degree. Hot pink. I don't have hot pink. And this is for weathering. Well, so here's the thing. Like, I like orange. So if you're doing rust, okay, orange is a perennial for like that halo-y kind of thing you get with like let me find, because we just got to wait for those to absorb for a bit. I won't have to wait too long. This one's a fucking sloppy mess though. I don't know what's going on with that one. Let's see here. Okay, so you see like this here. No. That's not bad. Like, here's a good example, White Wolf, where you've got this orange coming off of chipped rust, chip paint, rust exposure, orange. How's that? There you can kind of see it a little more. Or here's a good one, right? Just rust streaks. This kind of effect. Right? Yeah. And then so you pull out some light orange, and then you go over that with some brown. There's a reason we redheads are called rusty. So then we need a few brushes. Those aren't bad, but let's get some other ones here. Maybe go with some smaller ones. And for this kind of stuff, I just use cheap synthetics. You're not going to want to be using your expensive sables with oils, because you need a white spirit of some kind. And in this case, should we use the Grumtine, or should we go with actual white spirits? Maybe I'll grab actual white spirits. So I also have this product, which we can try too. Just fool around with it a little bit. It's pretty fun. So we'll just use the AK White Spirits. It's dirty because I've used it to do this quite a bit. And these are chipping fluids. We don't need those. So, I mean, we can use any of these products. They all work. And then the other thing we'll need is some paper towel. You know, the other thing that's missing from the Schnab right now, just in terms of, oh, I got some of these. Thank you for putting me onto these, Etchibat. Embroidery scissors. Who'd have known? I wanted some scissors like this, White Wolf, for cutting tape, right? Like, you know, when I have a little piece of tape, I didn't, you know, it's kind of clumsy and annoying to have to, you know, get a big pair of scissors and cut. And I said I wanted tweezer scissors, because those are a thing as well, but they're kind of harder to find. And when I described what I wanted, Etchibat said, those are embroidery scissors. The part she didn't say was, you dum-dum, after saying those are embroidery scissors. Because apparently if you search on embroidery scissors on Amazon, you'll be inundated with them. There are millions and millions of them out there. I just didn't know what they were called. So they're really handy for this, and I highly recommend that that you get some, because they're small, they're perfect, they cut straight and true, and they'll be your friend if you ask them. I buy from Amazon as little as possible these days. Yeah. I never feel 100% like I'm doing a good thing when I order from Amazon, but I do anyway, because nonetheless, I need stuff. So you can already see how the oil is wicking into the cardboard. right? So we'll just let that go for a little longer before we actually start. I should have done this before the stream started. I apologize. Did I miss anything important? Did anybody post pictures I need to look at, or? Why are you biased about orange? Is orange your deal? Is orange your jam? Hot pink. I kid. Pink. TJ, nice palette. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, TJ, but the purpose of that is to leach the linseed oil out of the oil. With what I'm doing, you don't want a lot of oils on the model. You really just want the pigments. I tried to get Quindracone Deep Pink, but sadly the local shop was out. In what, Etchibat, acrylics or oils? Is that an oil? Dioxine purple. I don't have in oils. I don't have a lot of those really fancy bright colors. I do in my watercolors, which are somewhere. I thought they were on the shelf over there. Huh. I should locate those. I would bet there's someone out there who got an art degree and realized they could pay off their loans by letting people commission them to paint their Warhammer armies. I'm sure there are a few people like that. That's correct. Do not drink white spirits. They'll make you white, as in dead, and full of embalming fluid. Embroidery Scissors on Amazon at your own risk. Yeah, you will. Now that I've said it to all of you, it's all the only ad you're going to see over the next few days on Amazon is for Embroidery Scissors. Orange is like the best color. I really like yellow. It's probably obvious with my overlay. It's nice to build again while watching. Awesome. Good plan. Plastic lid for mini painting palettes. Yeah, so I mean, you don't want to do this weathering type stuff with oils on. This is not to be confused with using oils for painting minis, where you want to thin them down to something that's more manageable instead of the thick paste that oils are with white spirits. It was oils. You were trying to get it in White Wolf? Okay. I forgot about the linseed oil. Yeah. So you can counter that for painting minis by just like diluting them down with white spirits, which is what people do, and they put them in the little sort of Vallejo style bottles to paint minis with. But for weathering, and this is a technique that, like, if you buy any of Michael Rinaldi's books, this is what he kind of talks about and shows you how to do. I can't do it nearly as well as him. But with each model, you get better and better. But you just really want the pigments, and then you just put a little tiny dot on, and you pull it out with some white spirits, which we'll be doing in a few moments. Just let this soak in a little more. I use acrylics that won't wash out with water. Acrylic is a type of pigment, not a paint type. We cannot use acrylics to wait a minute. I missed something here. We cannot use acrylics to describe water-based paints. Not sure what you mean there, Papa Dookie. Acrylics are called acrylics because of the binder, I believe. It's an acrylic resin binder, which may be aqueous or like a alcohol based. So, for example, like the Vallejo acrylics are all water based, whereas the Tamiya acrylics are, while they still contain acrylic resin as the binder, they use a solvent. It's an alcohol product of some kind, some alcohol to do as their solution. The evaporative in it. I finished watching my uncle's house. Felt good to sleep in my own bed this afternoon. Nice. Instructions for what they're for, dads. What box did you open? Okay, we can put these away. Oh. Man down. Oh, the Titanic wiring? Nice. Das smells so weird. That's funny, Dreamcatcher. Yeah, it's a peculiar smell. You're right. It's like, I don't know. It's like old, musty, mildewy cardboard is what it smells like to me. All right. So, how should we set this up? I think, do not put my arm in the paint. Let's take the arms off. I still haven't put his hand on. Let's maybe work from the bottom up. So I'm just going to do this and reposition things. That's not bad. And my spirits went here. So, I mean, this paint job is so dark to begin with, I don't really know how much extra color we're going to get in with streaking. Like, in reality, we probably only needed maybe this color, this color. We might be able to mix a little bit of the orange in. But, I don't know if we really needed those lighter colors. Do you have a go-to air dry clay etchy bat for dioramas? Usually Das, yeah. It's just so cheap, right? Like, you know, we've talked on stream a lot about stuff like Abe's Epoxy Sculpt and polymer clays, but they're, you know, they're an order of magnitude more expensive than Das. And I mean, I used an entire brick of clay just to do that little tiny, you know, 10 inch by 10 inch, you know, 1/4 inch thick piece. So you kind of have to keep that in mind. But what I like about it is Das has, and I don't know if you'll agree with me or if there's something better, please let me know, Etchibat, but there's like almost like a fiber. They put a fiber of some kind in Das to make it a little tougher than just standard air dry clay. You know, the cheapest of cheap air dry clays. And so it doesn't have the same kind of propensity to crack as much, and it's not super fragile. Yeah, you're right, Four Dads. You probably want to base that on a sheet of steel or something. All right. So when we're starting weathering, it's a good idea to start in a spot that you're not going to actually see, so that you kind of get a feel for it. And I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to try to show. Yeah, so I stick with Das. Yeah. It's far more expensive. Okay, well, good to know. Good to know. That is very good to know. All right. So the reason I have two brushes is one is your pigment brush and one is your spirits brush. You don't want to mix them. So we're going to start with some light brown. Where can we start here where it's obvious to you? Let's start like right in this region here. And so what we're doing here is we're just putting in the streaks, and then I'll come in after with acrylics, and I'll put in just a little bit of, because what's missing, I think I was starting this conversation, but I actually stopped for some reason, is what's missing on this, you know, despite how cool it looks with all the chipping and everything, it needs some highlighting, right? Like I need to come in with some light green dots, and you just want to dot in some very light colors around some of the chipping, because the fact that it's all just either blacks and dark greens isn't that realistic. Like even if you look at the blue Schnabel that I have as a reference, piece of reference art, that whoever did that came in and did a lot of like lighter colors on the edges of things, which is a little trick, right? You kind of want some brightness on the edges. It just makes it look visually appealing. We talk about dot filters as well as highlighting. I don't know what dot filters are. Dial up a glow on that baby. Yeah. So let's just go for it here. Take some paint. So I have a little tiny bit of pigment on the brush. We'll just dab it off because we don't want to put a big blob of paint on the beast here. So we'll just get a little bit in there and we'll just start. Let's start here. Can you guys see that? Kind of. It's good enough. So just experimenting here. Let's try that. We got our spirits. Vin. Vin, my friend. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. We are working on the Schnabelgun. Neliza, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. How's it going, Vin? How's it going? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? How was your stream? And I mean, I know it's subtle. Welcome everyone. Bell, thank you for the follow. Jose Cuervo, thank you for the follow. Neliza, I got you already, but thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Vin, thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciated, my friend. I was just doing some painting, but yeah, it was a short and unscheduled stream. Now my chat would know what I mean, that you're a great painter. Oh, cheers. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, come on, focus you. So what we're doing now, for those who joined, is we got... okay, here we go. Big redeem. Big redeem. Thank you, Etchy Bat.
More tape for the tape god. More resin for the resin throne. More sprues for the sprues lord. More paint for the paint king.
Etchy Bat, thank you. Thank you for that. Awesome. Tons of fun. Tons of fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because that's the first time you saw that one. Big redeem. Big channel point redeem. More tape for the tape god. Just something that came of the fact that that is the tape ball of masking tape from doing the Gundam Double Zeta resin conversion kit. It's got a whole lot of gravity in it. A lot of gravity in that guy there. Oh, Jack, thank you. Thank you. Much love, my friend. Much love. Gifting too quick. The tier 1 sub. Thank you, Jack. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Before I forget, just a couple shout outs here. Vin. Very cool, very chill streamer. Does some impressive builds. I would have liked to have seen you do some painting. I'm annoyed I missed that. Of course, Etchy Bat. Another artist, par exemplaire. That's French for fancy, I think. I don't know. Let's not forget... oh, where are you? Let's just do shout-outs for all the people. Greatest Chan. J Chan, my friend. Fun getting rickrolled by J Chan. 4 dads. And there's one on here that's missing. Where are you? D-Shan. Just dropping all of them here. There you are. Too quick. Another awesome streamer. Go follow all those if you haven't already. Great community of builders, gamers. Oh my god, really? Jesus. Okay. Some background. I participated in an online virtual Ren Fair through Twitch, and one of the things that I did was I made a like medieval version of the Tape God channel point redeem. So here it is.
More tape for the Tape God, and more resin for the resin throne. More sprues for the sprues lord, and more paint for the paint king. Airbrush, a spray booth we bust, and more blades for the scalpel tomb. Panaline, we will transcend time, and more tape for the Tape God. Kits, I need resin kits for my backlog here on my shelf. They'll sit waiting for a time, my friends, a time in my stream that they'll fit. Heels, we need mega heels to get Naganode right here in the fields. I mean, really, friends, I'm not sure why the hell I'm in Ren Fair at all.
I think Unpredictable just said I should be in it, and I panicked. I panicked and I said, fine, I'll do it. I'll do Ren Fair. But why?
More tape for the Tape God, and more resin for the resin throne. More sprues for the sprues lord, and more paint for the paint queen.
More tape for the Tape God. More tape. Etchybat, your emote game is next level. It's next level. I don't know. No, I know who it was. It was White Wolf. But here's Fins. That's too funny. That's like Unpredictable Artist. That's what that mention was in there. She organized the Ren Fair that we did back in when was that? It was May, or just right at the start of May. And she met as an emote, bro. I don't even know how did she get them out so quickly. They're perfect. It's a script. Actually, I question whether or not Etchybat is actually some kind of AI, but we'll save that for another day. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because people were asking her, so what was your highlight? I was on her stream and I was lurking, I swear. She said, somebody asked her, what was the highlight for you of Ren Fair? And she said, oh, definitely the song that Corvus Oculum did. I'm like, really? You organized the whole thing. And a crappy song. It's not even my song. It's Fucking green sleeves. Anyway. I know my wife heard me humming this a few times. That's funny. Hey, Green Sleeves is a catchy song. Being the unpredictable one herself. Yeah. She doesn't come by my streams anymore, Four Dads. I think the love affair is over. All right, so what we're doing here is what's called oil paint rendering, OPR. Both Tape God redeems A+. That's right. Now that we have all that out of our system. For the love of God, somebody redeem water. Too late. That's S tier. Thank you, Ericon. Thank you. OPR rendering is a technique where, because I was doing this all before you guys came in, but we take oil paints, like they're literally oil paints, okay? And you guys can do these, you can do this on Gunpla, no problem at all. Grab artist grade oil paints, and you're just going to want to put a little tiny bit of them on a piece of cardboard. Etchy bat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big love to you. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Gifting Jose Cuervo 1 month, tier 1 sub. We're five subs away from another emote. Oh, actually, is that right? No, you see, this hasn't updated in the subscriber goal, unfortunately. I don't think. You know how it is, you lose some. I should update that in Streamlabs. Not Streamlabs, sorry, Stream Elements. But apologies there. I think we're actually only at 30 sub points. I'll get that next time I do a little break here. But thank you so much. Thank you, Etchibat. That's fantastic. It's the best. The counter says 2. I know. Let me fix that. Stream Elements. It's kind of a piece of shit, if you know what I mean. Streamers. You know what I mean? Stream Elements. Piece of shit. Jose, thank you. Thank you for the biddies. Vin, we were kind of cut off there by the shenanigans, but what were you painting? Only 4 more follows. Don't get to win 1,000 spoons. Oh my god, I need to show you guys that. I don't know where the things are. God, I hate this. The subscriber goals. Is that it? Edit. Sorry, folks. Just bear with me here. 33. So I'm seeing 31 in OBS, which I assume is accurate. Can somebody verify that with me? That the number that I see in OBS is accurate? There. -1. Haunted? If you're talking about your dashboard, yeah, -1. It counts your T3. Oh, okay. Okay. Was cleaning the airbrush, but painting the EVA 2. Oh, I have an EVA 2. How is that build? I think it's an EVA 2. Is that the red one? Nice. Nice. That's awesome. So, okay. So guys, you know how with testing, it's kind of like a well-known thing in scale modeling as well as doing paint ups for Gunpla. What I do, you use plastic spoons, right? You use plastic spoons to test. I mean, everybody does it. You see it all over the place. And so I've been buying just from like the dollar store these packs of like a dozen spoons for like $3. Okay. And because dollar stores in Canada aren't actually $1. Nothing's $1. It's always more than $1. But it's like $3. I'm thinking, you know what? I can go on Amazon, okay, and I can get myself a bunch of spoons, right? I can go on Amazon and I can just order myself up a bunch of spoons, right? Simple. And so I did that, but I did it kind of with a lot of with some haste. Also, hey, thank you for the biddies again, much appreciated. Got a ticket there. I keep all of these. I have quite a stack. It's fantastic. The generosity. I don't know why I said it that way. The generosity that you guys show me is absolutely fantastic. All the money comes back into this. But English is hard. Just because I have a nice voice doesn't mean I know how to use it. So I thought, Amazon, great. I'll just order myself some spoons. Okay. And I just quickly did it. Okay, Prime. You know how it is. You're on Amazon. You're like, oh, fuck, I need something. It's like, all right, Prime, what's available? What can I get the fastest? Okay, that. $20. Fine. Do it. Bam. Done. Right? Let me show you this. This is what I got in the mail today. Like, are you fucking kidding me? $3,000 spoons. I'm sensing a new song. Yeah, Heresy, everybody, it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? And I mean, just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's right? More spoons for the pink. I can't work spoons into that song. That's dumb, right? Like, what am I going to do with these? I'm going to have so many paint samples. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to buy more paint. Anyway, the joke on Discord was like, also, if you're not on our Discord, !Discord, join it. It's hilarious. It's a fun Discord. It's like a community Discord. Myself, Etchybat, some other streamers. It's lots of fun. But, hey, Vince, cheers, man. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you so much for the raid. Take care. Have yourself a good sleep. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the weekend. And again, if anybody hasn't followed Vince already, he's a really fun streamer, and definitely worth checking out his channel. But yeah, I mean, just ridiculous. What am I gonna do with all those? So the joke anyway was like, you know, we originally have a giveaway. We have a giveaway going of this guy for our for when I hit 200 followers, which is really close. If anyone's in there that hasn't become a follower, just 5 more. Yeah. But I'm thinking now we just switch it up to 1,000 spoons, right? All right, let's do some work. Jesus. Smash that follow. Feel the resin with your hands. Paint the resin while you can. Spoon man. I know what you're doing, Drift. It's a good song. I would totally, if I'd figured that shit out with the audio, I would totally be playing that right now. It's hilarious. Cheers, Etchibat. Take care. What is this video? Spoon Man. I can't play that. Because, you know, DMCA. But, anyway. So, what I was saying before all those shenanigans. Oil paint, piece of cardboard. Because you want to leach out as much of the linseed oil from the oil paint as you can, all right? Then you need 2 brushes. One's going to be the one that you apply the paint with. The other one is going to be what you use with white spirits. Doesn't have to be white spirits. It could be distilled turpentine or grumptine or Gamsol, or really anything that is used as a thinner for oil paints. Art store grade is fine. You don't need hobby grade. This stuff is a lot of money. This AK shit, this stuff, not so much. All right. Well, actually, that stuff is still expensive, but this stuff, not so much. So that's all you need. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of, Archon. Okay. Just give me 1 second here. Let me finish my thought and I'll talk about that. But then you take a little bit of paint, little tiny bit of paint on the brush, and you're just going to dab it where you want it on the model. All right? Like, so right there, okay? And so then just a little bit of pigment, little blob of pigment. Not too much. Then you're going to take your brush into the spirits, dry it off a little bit, not completely, but a little bit, and then you're just going to pull that out. Just really slowly, just carefully. Pull it out in the direction that you think the streak is going to happen. And we'll just do that. We'll get a nice kind of rust streak there. All right. So that's basically what I'm doing. We need to do this whole model. All right, so question. I have a Sony ZV-1 for top-down view. However, even though plugged into PC, battery still dies. Does that happen with your camera? Okay, so I use a Sony A6000. That's what this camera here is. This one. It's basically a Micro Four Thirds camera. And I have a battery adapter for it that just it replaces the physical battery in it with like an adapter that looks like the battery. Jose, if you do, I think it's ! gear list, it'll tell you all of my equipment. Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. It's a dummy battery. And it never really shuts off. Because of that. I mean, you can sometimes, depending on what level of what like your production value is or what your budget is on your stream, you can sometimes get them for maybe a few $100, I want to say. Like these cameras used. You know, they're maybe not this one, but even the 5100. I have one over there. I used to use an Aleph 5100, a Sony Aleph 5100, which was just as good as this one, and it does the same thing. I hate having to change battery midstream, 4 to 3 hours, ruins the whole setup. It does, yeah. I mean, if you want to stick with Sony, I don't know the ZV-100. I should look that up, but or if you can post a link to it, maybe there is a dummy battery for it. Like, is it a Micro Four Thirds? I'm not totally up to speed on what the on that particular make and model of camera. But if it's anything like what I have, then maybe there is a dummy battery for it, which is going to be fine. But yeah, I think what you're going to find is, especially with Sony's, I think if I remember correctly, the rate that they charge at, even plugged into like the USB, is pretty weak. It's pretty weak. Here, I can probably look it up. But by all means, like, jump into our Discord, and we have a streaming help. We have a streaming help thing there, which, you know, it's easy to ask questions there. We can do a bit more research and everything. But the other one is, but we can look here anyway. ZV-1 Sony. Oh yeah, okay. So, and it's a vlog camera. All right. So what? This has got to have a. So does this have a removable battery? I need to see a picture of the battery. Okay, so let me just do this. Battery ZV-1. That looks different from mine. The NPBX1. So ZV-1 dummy battery. Will it run without the battery? Is the other question. Okay, I think I found it here. All right. Copy link address. Oof. What is that? Hang on. Let's try that before anyone clicks on it. That's going to work. So just check out that link. It seems like they exist. I just pulled that out of a YouTube video. But it looks like there are adapters. There are dummy battery adapters. Okay, so maybe check something like that out. But that's how mine works. No worries. No worries. That's what we're here for. And you know what? I'll follow you after the stream, but there's a shout out for you. I haven't caught any of your streams. So let's just keep going here though. White Wolf, I saw. Yeah. So check, I guess anybody who's streaming, if you're using a Sony camera, I don't think their charging hardware is going to be able to keep up with the battery drain from taking from like using it as for live video. So you're definitely going to want a dummy battery of some kind. I did there. So let's just do up here along this edge. A couple like that. Just keep going here. And you can kind of see why I didn't want to do this at the beginning, because I wanted to know what the angles were going to be before I really decided, you know, where chipping rust streaks were going to go. Yeah, I have two Sony cams, the 5109 and the 6400. Definitely need a dummy battery. Yeah, exactly. And I'm in bed, don't worry. Vin is sleep chatting. Yeah, they do not charge. They will not charge as fast as they deplete while using them for video. 5100. Yeah, I used to use a 5100. In fact, I'm going to revive it. I think it's going to replace this camera. This is a Razer Kio, but I think I'm going to use the 5100 there. And this one here is a 6000. All right, let's try some other colors here. Let's go with a little bit of this lighter color. See how that looks. Let's do it here. Just a dot. Looks all right. Blurrick, much as I don't want to, I should probably get some sleep. Since I have delivery coming in coming in at 9 a.m. That's 7.5 hours away. White Wolf, take care, my friend. Have yourself a wonderful sleep. We'll catch you on the next one. Wednesday night, early stream. Have a great Sunday. Thank you for the redeem. Much love. Hey, no worries. No worries, Ericon. You know what? If I didn't want to help people with streaming and scale model and all this stuff, I wouldn't be a streamer, right? I wouldn't do this. That's why I got into this is, you know, if you got something to share, do it. Jose, all right, man. I'm going to get some sleep as well. Have a good stream, brother. Thanks for the input on the equipment. No problem, anytime. And again, like, hit me up in Discord anytime. Anytime. Happy to help with anything. Or on the stream is fine as well. I mean, most of my regulars know that if there's an opportunity for me to go off on some wild tangent, I'll take it. It's what I do. Tangents are epic. And so we have this here, all right? We've got this here, and I'm liking that shape. And so I think I'm going to do a fair bit of work on that. So let's just get right in here. We'll put a lot of pigment in. You know, weren't there vents like this on the Millennium Falcon that rather controversially had kind of a funny direction for the weathering that they did, that ILM did? Am I remembering that correctly? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's pull this all out. Get some paint on there. There. How's that look? Pretty good, eh? The more you know. 2 days since I found you and seeing only one project and still can't get over how amazing your paint. Oh, dude, thank you so much. That means a lot. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. And hey, Like, I'm happy to help, teach, coach, whatever you guys want. Please feel free to ask me any questions about anything I'm doing. It's looking all right, eh? I think that's pretty good. Now, the only thing you have to remember with oils is they do take a little while to dry. So after you finish a weathering session like this, you're going to want to walk away from it for like a couple days before you go over it with anything else. So let's just keep working our way down the model here. Do you do any airbrush? Because when I get into painting, my models in the future, sorry, I was feeling stronger about the lines of hand painting instead. Yeah. I do a lot of airbrush. So that's my airbrush scene. I don't know if I'll be doing any tonight, Aerocon, but yeah, absolutely. I do tons and tons of airbrushing. Airbrush primarily, detail by hand. Absolutely. Well, that's not totally true. The paint chipping that you see here, so not the oil paint rendering that I'm doing on this side, but all this paint chipping that you see here, this is all a product of a technique called hairspray chipping. And it, oh Jesus, see, that happens every time. My brush rolled through the oil paint. No biggie. So hairspray chipping is an old scale model trick. And when I say scale modelers, I mean like guys who do like scale armor. And so the way that these pieces were done with the, not the OPR, not the oil paint rendering you're seeing me doing now, but the chips, this green paint that's had the black exposed underneath, paint chips. Same down here with these stripes. You see how these lighter green stripes here. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess it's sort of everything I'm doing right now falls into the category of weathering as far as I'm concerned. But the, you know, when you look at like this bit, these scratches and the fact that there's a light green here that's been worn away so that you can see some of the darker green underneath it. And then the darker green has been worn away here, for example, where you can see there's a black underneath that. So all this paint, I call it paint chipping, as opposed to the rust streaks that we're doing. Yeah, that's right. Armor is in real life, like German tanks, railroad, that kind of, those types of scale modelers. Okay, not so much the gunpla, but the stuff that kind of existed before the big resurgence of like kits like gunpla. It puts the oil in the basket, or it gets the tape again. Hey, Bora, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you on stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's it going? How are you doing today? How are you doing? Some shout out for you. Bora's an exceptional mini painter. Absolutely fantastic. Top rate in my books. Go give him a follow if you have not already. So Arrow, this paint chipping was done with a technique called hairspray weathering, or hairspray chipping. And it starts, like, here's a piece that's only the beginning. So this is the Schnabelgun's hand. And so what you do is I airbrush on a base layer like this. So this is the chip color, all right? This is the color of the chipping. Hey, Jack. Thank you so much, my friend. Big love, big love. You rock. Gifting Bora the tier 1 sub. You're the best, dude. Thanks, Jack. Big love. Big love. So Arrow, you start with a layer of the dark color, of like the base color, the bottom, that bottom color. Yeah, that's right. Where are we at? According to OBS, I'm at 31. I don't understand. I don't understand. But hey, Tear with the shout out. Nice. So then what you do is you literally spray, Arrow. You literally spray hairspray. I like Tresemme. Looks like 32 subs. Yeah, everything's messed up. I don't know if those bars are right because... Oh, no, it's right. It's right. Yeah, so I'm at 32. I'm at 32. 3 more subs. 3 more subs. And we'll have a new emote. So this is 4. I like 3 more than 4, but I ran out of 3, so I'm using 4. Hey, Hachibat, welcome back. So you hit it with hairspray, all right? So you're it's the weirdest thing, I know. But you're spraying hairspray over your dark chip color, all right? And then you have to understand that the hairspray is really just an alcohol-based adhesive. So then you let the hairspray dry, and I just use a hairdryer. You don't need to wait. You can just blast it with heat, dry it out, spray it again with the hairspray, blast it with heat, and then you paint over it with the green. All right? Just a light coat of the green. It has to be an acrylic, though, okay? You can't use a lacquer, so you can't use Mr. Color or Gaia Notes. You have to use something like, well, I use Tamiya. The Tamiya acrylics, these ones, right? That type of paint. In fact, that is the exact color that this is. This is cockpit green, or cockpea green as I call it, because it says cockpea, which is a funny word, cockpea. And then what you do is you get a brush, a rough kind of brush, like a dry brush, all right? And you get a little bit of water on that, and you can just work at the green paint with it very gently, all right, because it'll happen really quickly, but it reactivates that green paint, and you can pull off all these chips. And it's a really easy way of getting some very controlled chipping going on in your paint. So that's how that layer was all done. Cool. Because the Gundam is worth it. You're very welcome. It's a really cool technique. There's a gentleman named Michael Rinaldi on YouTube who's done some tutorials on it. They're probably the easiest things to see it in action. If you jump into our Discord and remind me, I can shoot some links into there later on. Cockpea Green. Cockpea Green may want to get booked at the doctors. I know, right? Tamiya. Somebody at Tamiya Paints was having a bad day when they named this paint. Why does it hurt when I pee? And now I'm just doing the rust streaks. That's exactly it. And then after the rust streaks are done, we'll come in and do some highlighting. We'll add some lighter colors here and there, just to, because you need some highlights. You need highlights, or it'll look too dull. So you see that? That's how easy it is, the OPR. Beautiful rust streak there. How go things, Bora? What have you been working on lately? Can't wait to watch one from beginning to end. Nice. I don't know what we're doing next. Actually, I do kind of know. I think I might flip back to a non-robot one, still sci-fi, But we might go back to doing the Waldo after this. I like to pull out of corners. Just kind of looks natural. Nipper, sniffer, sniffers. Tear, you crazy woman. Here, I can show you the Waldo. Just give me 2 seconds here. Fire up my pure ref, sorry. Spudja. Nippa, spudja. Such great words. It's okay. So this is the Waldo. There's an artist named Ian McHugh, who does, he's a 2D artist that does a lot of proof of concept work, I think, for movies and sci-fi industry and stuff. He's trying to find Waldo. That's right. But he has this whole kind of world that he's created where it's some dusty back-end planet in the middle of nowhere, outer rim shit, right? And there are all these like old sloop and jalopy-esque type tugs and ships and things that have been converted to kind of hover and float. So they they look like this. And the idea is that they float in the air, right? They're like, that's a good photo there. There you go. And so he's a 2D artist, but he worked with a gentleman named Michael Fichtenmeyer, who is down here in the bottom. You can see Industria Mechanica. That's a website. In fact, I think if you do !Waldo, you can get a link to Industria Mechanica. Now, there's some weird transition-y shit going on with Industria Mechanica. He's moving away from selling these types of resin kits and more into just selling 3D prints. But needs a mini Wally, yeah. But this, I've started a ship just like this one on stream when I first started streaming back at the beginning of the year, and I put it on hold just because it was getting a little too intense. It was just a kind of a lot of the same kind of content over and over. And there's only so much of like what I'm doing right now with the oil paint rendering, I think that people watching a stream are going to be okay with. And so I try to mitigate the amount. Yeah, the amount of detail. And Bora, I have like all of those add-ons. I have all of the, going back to that, I have all of these little fuel tanks. These ones, I have the ropes, and I have the seagulls. I have all of this stuff. Michael, in addition to being an amazing 3D artist, he is a very, very, very skilled modeler or scale modeler. So, I mean, this was his reference piece that he did. So he not only created the master that was then cast in resin, but he also created this diorama out of it. It is such a great aesthetic. That's what I love about it. And I have a whole bunch of these. I have 2 of these Waldo ships. I have a Remora, which is an even bigger one, a different looking ship, but it's even bigger than these. And I have the Skymark, which is this one, which is like a buoy. And these are all set up to be lit. They're all... there's an Arduino microcontroller that does all the lighting, that makes the lights flash and everything. It's pretty cool. It's pretty intense. So I'd like to go back and finish that, to be honest with everybody, rather than moving on or doing a poll. The Schnabelgun was picked via poll. You need to do a plaque on the back of the Orca with Orca written onto it to do a sci-fi Jaws one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. I keep meaning to jump into, when I do my all work no play streams, I keep thinking about jumping into the Discord and doing just that for dads, but I tend to forget. I use the wrong brush. If you mix your brushes up, you got to clean it out really well, because you don't want to be pulling different colors of pigments through it. You want one clean brush that's just your mineral spirits brush, and then you want your pigment brush. It'll be especially fun when when drift starts building. Drift is never going to start building. Come on. He only buys. No build, only buy. Oh, shit. Adimisk. Adimisk. Wow. Wow. Adimisk, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? What's new? That was like that was the shittiest raid alert I've ever seen. My raids are fucked up, I'm sorry. Jack! Thank you again! Jack, thank you. If anyone, I'm sure all of you follow Adimisk, but if you don't, get on that shit, because he's S tier gunpla builder, that's for sure. Started a big build tonight. Nice. What? Sure do. Excellent stuff. Yeah. What are you building, Addy? Let me, while you explain, let me put this guy together. HG 144 Dendrobium orchis. Nice. It's a big boy. Even for an HG, yeah? I'll just give you an idea. I think it's been a while since you've been here, so let me just put this guy together so you have some clue as to where we're at with the Schnabelgun. Oh, right. I know that one. Hell yeah, that is a big boy. Hey, Jen, don't listen to this guy. I'm the best builder. Took me 2 months to make my first MG kit. Just so you can see the silhouette. So that's the Schnab. Thank you, I appreciate it. So this is just it's gonna be in like a grassy marsh type of terrain. So this is just the start of a diorama base. Tear. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Big love. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. We're just working on the oil paint rendering. Getting those rust streaks in there. Jack, thank you again. Thank you. And Tear. Lol. Agent. It's my receipt printer. You, Tear. Big love. Thank you. Did we? Oh, it's so messed up. It's not. Oh, it is. There it is. 35 subscribers. 35 out of 50 sub points. Nice. Thank you, everybody. New emote. Don't know what it's going to be, but new one nonetheless. Yeah, so this is the Schnab. In all its anthropomorphized platypus wonderfulness. Addy, I'll have to go back and look at watch the VODs. Dang, a receipt printer. Yeah, I've had that since the very beginning. I've had that since like January. It's fun. HNS in a hot tub wearing a beanie. Oh, Harder and Steenbeck in a hot tub. Anyway, that's where we're at. So we're just doing the oil paint rendering right now. Oh.
More tape for the tape god. More resin for the resin throne. More sprues for the sprues lord. More paint for the paint king.
Tear. Crazy son of a bitch. All right, I hope everyone's awake. Too good. Too good. Now it's a party. Oh, I like the bat wings. The demon wings. DJ Melt. Cool. Yeah, the Schnab. Tiny little tape ball for the Schnab. Little itty bitty one. Little itty bitty one. Because, you know, not a lot of masking. But now resin conversion, gunpla resin conversion, then you get into the real tape ball. That was, of course, the Gundam Double Zeta. Gundam Double Zeta. Now I have a dual blue conversion too that I think is going to be a pretty intense ball of tape as well. What else? What's the other one I have? Oh, the Narn. The Unicorn Narn. That one, maybe not so much. Not a lot of different colors there. But the dual, yeah. I'm going to get a baseball like a baseball collecting display case. Put them in that. Either that or I'll encase them in clear resin. Thank you for the sub. Tear. Thank you for bringing us to 35. I appreciate that a lot. You guys are wonderful. I've completely lost track of what I'm doing. Arrow, appreciate the redeem on that. I need that. Tear the OG. All right, let's keep going here. How's it going, King Yuchi? What are you up to? You weren't streaming earlier, were you? I haven't aligned with you in a while. Oh, I used the wrong brush again. Doing all right. Chan just ended. Yeah. Right on. I forgot that you're a mod for him. King Yuchi is, of course, an excellent mod. You do a few channels, don't you? Probably have mods have some more channels than you deserve. That one's a bit much. Let's clean that one up. So if you screw up, easy to fix. Just get in there with white spirits. And it's easy enough just to kind of obliterate the oil, spread it out so much that it completely erases the mistake. Just wait for that to dry. Yeah, I don't really do mods on mine because I don't. I have not attained any level of celebrity that requires such behavior. I mean, we occasionally get the, do you want follows? It's easy enough just to delete those. Let's move to another spot. Let's actually get this vent here. Parts are tighter than the rest. What are you working on for, Dads? We'll just put a bunch of gunk in there. Ooh, I forgot about Starship Filth. The color Starship Filth. Get some of that in there. Now that really heavy streak that we got there that I repaired, the reason that happened is I put it in the pigment, but I didn't blot it out on the paper towel. You want to remember to do that. Oh, right. Promenade deck. Titanic. 1/200 scale Titanic. Get some orange in there. Just a bit. Just a tiny bit of the lighter colors. Because they can quickly overwhelm things. It's the smaller streamers that don't have a community who struggle with the trolls. Yeah, I mean, when the time comes, I'll ask some people, but I just haven't had any issues. You know, knock on, I guess, plastic. Is that a thing? Can you knock on plastic? Whack a troll. Bring that gunk right out of there. There. It's good. I mess myself up the most. Subtle. That one was subtle. It's very random. It's very random. I have not yet attained the level where I have a little soundbite from Super Troopers when you get the big follow bot. When you get the big follows, bot will bite. Sorry, will bit where the police chief says. We used to take people like you out back and beat you with a hose. Now you have your damn unions. It's good. What are you working on right now, Bora? And do you have any photos? It's a Deadpool bust. A big one? Or like 1/6? Let me pull this out and I'll have a look. One tall scale? Okay. There. Oh, dude. It's awesome. Looks great. So good. So how far in are you on this one? Is this sort of just first steps, blocking in colors? King Uchi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Always love having you by. Take care. When are you streaming next, King? I'm like, I think the only person who calls you King. Uchi. Uchi. Yeah, it looks good. You can tell you're just kind of blocking in the colors. This is about the level of mini painting I'm capable of. That's about it. I so need to get my game on a little better with that. I have no idea. Maybe in the next few days. Okay. You kind of just come on whenever, eh? Like you don't follow a schedule is what I'm trying to say. Here you go, Bora. Does that look familiar? Now, this is FDM printed, but it's just funny I have the same print. Yours looks better. By about a bajillion. All right, so we'll just add a little more down here. What, my gray primer? My gray primering? I meant on the Deadpool bust. Womp. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. We're so close. We're at 100 and... See, that's wrong too. I have 195 followers. No, 196 now. Maybe it's counting myself. We're so close. We're so close. 200 follow. Going to be doing a giveaway. 200 follows of this guy here. It's a 3D printed... bust, not a bust, it's a full figure, sorry, of Hellboy with 2 heads. Comes with the heads with horns and without. Like that. You can pick whichever one you want. I'll ship anywhere in the world. It's pretty big. I would say it's maybe About 25 centimeters tall. Nice, good size figure. Oh, it's close. It's so close. All right, we got those. Boros, Magic Man, welcome back. How's it going? We finished the conversion kit. Kalruga, hello. Thanks. Bora wants that Hellboy. Yeah, the last one, we finished the double Zeta. Kalruga, welcome. You have the mini one. Yeah, this would be a big guy. Big guy. You can do a major version. The Boros, we finished the double Zeta, and we've now moved on to a Schnabelgun, which is a full resin kit. It's not a conversion, from Luca Zampriolo. !project, I think, will give you the links to it. And that's what we've been working on right now. So it's a fun one. It's full resin though, so it's a little easier than a conversion kit. I shouldn't say it's easier. It's different. It's different. I find them easier. I find full resin kits to be an easier prospect to deal with than conversion kits. Conversion kits are fiddly, whereas resin kits, yeah, they have their own unique set of challenges, but I find that they're a little bit, there's a little less going on with them, so you don't have to be quite as on top of how exactly it's all going to fit together. Currently working on, yeah, there you go. There it is there. Schnabelgun and Kallamity. I certainly have considered doing a PG conversion in the future. And the one I'm thinking of is, let me see if I can find it. There it is. There it is. 200 followers. Urban Tech Bro, thank you so much. Although my OBS is only telling me 199, which is a little weird. But I'm going to just call it 200. Thank you. Thank you, Urban Tech Bro. My 200th follower. On we'll do the giveaway maybe next Friday. If I unfollow, will it go down to 199? I don't know. I don't know what the numbers do anymore. Release the shmoo. That's right. Jan, welcome. How you doing, my friend? $250 coming in. Too funny. KFX, hey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, so we hit 200 followers. That means that we will be doing a giveaway. I think we'll do it next Friday, because my Wednesday streams tend not to have too many people in them. People are working and stuff. Genuine Vision in the house, so to speak. Do give Jan a follow. An excellent mini painter. Got the mini painters here. Got the Gunpla people here. We're having a little powwow. It's fantastic. But Jan, we're at 200 followers. I said I was going to give away this bust, so you're of course welcome as well to join in on it. Hellboy, about 25 centimeters. I'll clean them up a little bit before I ship them off. But anywhere in the world, next Friday, we're going to be giving that away. He comes with 2 heads. He comes with this one, and where the hell did I put it? Oh, and this guy here. This is just a 3D printed. It's just a 3D printed guy. With the horns. But anyway, I know I will never paint it, so I'm just, yeah. We'll give it away. And so in answer to your question earlier, Urban, I think it was Urban, the conversion kit that I would probably do if I was going to do a perfect grade conversion would be the Domtropin. Oh yeah, the Sazabi. I have the Sazabi conversion kit, Jan. I do have that. That I don't think I would do that on stream though. That would be Boros. No, sorry, it was you. Yes, correct. The Sazabi conversion kit is absolutely amazing. I want to do a Sazabi. I want to do like a really blinged up Sazabi when I do my Sazabi. And I'm gonna do it. I'll see if I can find the spoon. Hang on. I get PTSD whenever I say the word spoons now. I want to do my Sazabi. The spoon's a little banged up, I apologize, but with this kind of a finish. And it was sprayed in a dirty, filthy spray booth, hence all the specks. But yeah, I want to do my Sazabi like this. And you can see all the the crackling in there, and that's just basically gloss black as a base, and then a dryer sheet, like a bounce or well, here in Canada it's bounce. On top of that, spray the silver on through the bounce dryer sheet, and then that gives you that crackle effect. And then this is Alclad Candy Red. Oh, I do clean the cabinet, Jack. The cabin. Jack calls it a spray cabin. Jack is from the Netherlands. Instead of a spray booth. But yeah, I have the YJL the conversion kit in the backlog. One day I'll get to that. That's a big kit though. That is a really big kit. Dried wet wipes works nice as yeah, marble effects. That's exactly what I'm going for. So it's like you do the marble effect. So if you've ever used like the Alclad candies, you spray like a bright silver base, and then you just lay on with the airbrush really light layers of the transparents to give the candy effect. Alclad are a paint, like they're a lacquer based paint that's huge in like in the car guys love it. They do all metals and chromes and candies. So that's what that is. It's then you just layer on that. Two photos in Discord. Oh yeah, my good friend here, Four Dads, does other scale, real life, we call them real life scale models. And he's currently working on a 1/200 scale Titanic. He's working on the lights right now. It's about 2 meters long. Some next level shit. It's looking great for dads. That's insane. GW contrast paints work well through the airbrush as well for candy coating. But acrylic rather than lacquer. Yeah, Jan, I tend to just stick with the lacquers for, I mean, I sort of started with lacquers and enamels, so I don't mind using them. I know a lot of people prefer to use acrylics just because they're a lot less poison. But yeah, you know, what I love about lacquers, and I don't know how much you work with lacquers, but if you're like for stuff like this and for, you know, Gunpla, they just spray so beautifully. Yeah, I haven't tried. And actually with Games Workshop, my the Games Workshop in town is here in Victoria is the parking there's a bitch because it's like right downtown. Do up here. So I'm doing a technique called oil paint rendering, which is a weathering technique where you use oil paints that you've leached most of the linseed out of, and then you with your pigment brush you're dabbing on paint in areas where you want to start a bit of a streak, like a rust streak is what we're trying to get here. You can also use it for washes. So paint on brush, dab off most of your excess paint, just like you're painting a mini. And then you're going to use a clean brush with white spirits. And you're just going to pull your streaks out with the oils. Like that. Part of the trick is remembering where you put the oil paint. Just like that. Enamels. Not since I was building Airfix as a kid. If I don't say anything, they'll never find out. I barely know about painting. Yeah, I need to get down to my Games Workshop. I don't go there nearly enough. Check that out. They have lots of good products. I really like their medium. I really like the Lamium medium. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, chat, but that is a damn fine medium. That's very true, we do. Yeah, we very much do. Got to start somewhere. And I always tell people, just try. You know, like the other night we raided into Gunpla Neon's channel and talking about resin kits, and he was just, you know, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I just don't trust myself with doing that. And oh yeah, I know what you mean. It is good. It's just so expensive. It's just dumb. I went and bought I bought so much of it, and I just put it in a great big bottle. But you're right, it's stupid expensive. Pretty much only have Tamiya lacquer cans. Right. It bugs me though when people say I can't do that. Well, I mean, just pick up a brush and try. It's just so defeatist to not even attempt it, you know? My face snips and masking. They make a good product, yeah. Definitely the tape, for sure. Timmy is my go-to. The Vallejo product's okay, but it's not quite as sticky, and it's a little thicker. It's like a few microns thicker than the than the Tamiya product, which makes it a little harder. Yeah, for snips, I like, if you're referring to like nippers, I like the Mr. Tools one, are kind of my go-to for resin, because they are pretty tough. You know, resin's a lot harder than plastic, so they work well. The only unfortunate thing I don't like about them too much is quite a wedge. So for plastic, they're not that great. They'll stress the plastic, and then I just use the God hands for the proper gunpla type stuff. Yeah, if you're doing, Jan, if you're doing just a lot of sprue cutting, you know, get yourself a pair of the SPN 120s. They're a lot of money, but they make the sanding very minimal. A lot of money though. And if you cut resin with them, you'll destroy them. They'll break almost immediately. So I've been told. Yes, and displays are also excellent. The displays, I believe, are a little cheaper. That's good to know, Jack. I'll have to look into that. Well, that's good to know too. The Tamiya 300074123s. That's some like monitor naming that they got going on there. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of computer monitor do you have? Oh, I have the LG 18213 and 1486682. Oh yeah, I have the 3148186129. Diagonal side cutters. That's cool. I'll have to look into those. There's some things that Tamiya is only cement to use. But beyond that, just a foam-safe CA glue. Tamiya 123s. That's what Addy recommends. Yeah. Hey, if Addy recommends them, they're good in my books. You know, you don't want to use the really fine, fancy ones on resin, though. That's the only thing. You get these big, chunky resin parts with, you know, huge pore tabs and things. You know, I mean, to an extent, I just stick with, like, you know, Exolite for rough work. And I mean, they're horrendous, but I know they're not going to break, right? And then get in there afterwards with a sanding tool. I use a Fordham tool, which is like it's a flex shaft tool that goes to a motor that's up over my head over here, and I have a foot pedal on the ground that lets me control the speed. And it's just a simple drill chuck in here, so I can put like mill bits, mill end bits, drills, sanding discs, cutting wheels, just about anything in it. It's very handy. And then I also have an artophile, if I can find it. have misplaced it. I have an Artophile, which is like an oscillating sander. So you put a little piece of sandpaper on the bit, and it yeah, Fordham is the one that I use. It's more like they're pretty expensive. There are several, I don't know, I think mine was about 400 Canadian or 500 Canadian, but they're the kind of tool that will last you literally you will hand it down to your children. They're so like heavy duty, chonky, well made. But you get a lot of control with the foot pedal, Jan. It's definitely, I mean, I don't know what the Dremel's like, but like with this one, like, I mean, check this out. Like you can get it going you have a huge amount of control. And there's an enormous amount of torque too, so you can really, and then if you need to go fast, no problem either. Just blasted dust everywhere. It's okay, we're weathering. It's supposed to look dirty. But yeah, it's a legacy tool. That's a great way of putting it. That's right. But they're amazing. The motor looks like this. And it's kind of just up beside me on an IV stand. But if you're doing these, like, if you're getting into big resin kits, you're going to need an industrial sanding tool. And also a good, yeah, you see, that's the problem. That's why I like the Fordham, right? Because you have it'll run really slow and still give you that low end torque, so you can drill and sand and do all that stuff without just melting everything. I feel like we need a little bit more over here. Hey, Tear. Thank you for all those subs. Much appreciated. It's a pleasure as always to have you here. You're such an amazing supporter of my channel, and thank you so much. Big love from me. Big love from me. Take care. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I will be back on Wednesday. Paint's getting a little dry on the palette. When that happens, you kind of just have to get a spatula out and kind of move it around a little bit. Because that cardboard it works against you after a while. It starts to pull too much of the oils out. There. I'm not even on camera. So the other thing I would recommend too, if you're doing weathering, is you got to kind of know when to stop. If you can very easily over weather things. I mean, we have a lot of paint chips and things on here, but you don't want to you don't want to have it too busy. This is pretty busy, but you don't want it too busy. So I'm kind of keeping the number of rust streaks to a bit of a minimum, because it's really easy to overdo it. It's really easy to over weather stuff. Four Dads, only you can answer that question. Let's get some of that Starship filth in here. I have an oil paint from MIGS called Starship Filth. I'm not sure what that pigment is, but it's apt considering. That's looking good. So we'll get some here on the side, I think. Let's readjust here. Lots of photo etch and lighting. Ah, photo etch. What time is it there? Is it photo etch time? Photo etch is one of those things that I would not want to be staying up late and doing. Super tedious. You don't see a lot of photo etch in mini painting, but it's very common. Very common in scale model. A little less common in resin kits, but it's there sometimes. That Starship Filth is dark. Then I like too getting some through the, let's get some through the actual decal here for some added realism. Wouldn't start a new deck, yeah. Get some more right in there. Pull that out. I'm liking that. We got this sort of, I don't know what the fuck that is. No idea what this is supposed to be, Luca. I swear he just sticks shit on it. Ah, it looks good. What function does that serve? What were you building? Agent? Is that how you pronounce that? Agent? And feel free to post some pics. I think we'll bring some gunk out of this. Master Grade Barbatos. That is a popular choice and a good one. That is a nice looking one for sure. It's a little hard with these bigger kits because you can't pick them up, you know. I'll just bring a little bit of that down. Don't know where to post pics. If you join our Discord, you can post them in the Whips channel in our Discord, which is just !Discord. If you do Discord. So we got that done. We did those. Need a little bit on this side maybe. Maybe just a little bit off of there. Not too much rust. Over here. And it's a good community. We got lots of good people. There's a lot of silliness, which is good. Because, you know, life's too short. And the world's kind of a shitty place right now, so it's good to have a little bit of fun with some people who share your hobby. Do you know if the full mechanic Lupus Rex is any good? I think I've heard that one's pretty good. I miss these pics here. Looking good, Jack. I like the barber soap. I like the shaving cream brush. What do you use that for? But is it actually not letting you join the server? Like, is it actually saying you can't and it won't let you join anyway? Because if you're 18 in a week, you're 18 by my guesstimate. That's some good stuff there. The rules say no one under 18. Rules got to be followed. I see you joined anyway, though. Listen, just don't tell Echibat. She is on paper the de facto ruler and queen of the Discord. So it's a big brush. It's a big brush handle to dust when you're sanding. I used to use a really nice badger hair, like a shaving cream brush for dusting my kits. They work really well. But then I found makeup brushes like this one are cheaper. Much cheaper than a shaving brush. Well, that's good. Don't stay for too long, okay? Because, you know, rules. All praise Queen Echibat. I should keep my voice down. I might wake her, and she might object to a gend. We're letting it a minor. We're the equivalent. I'm the equivalent of, like, the person going in to buy liquor and cigarettes for those kids who are standing outside. That's me right now. Corrupting the youth. Yeah, you got to kind of pace yourself. And stay hydrated, four dads. All right, we'll do a little more here. There's one called Share Your Work. There should be a big old Titanic right at the bottom. Thank you, Jack. Cheers. Much appreciated. I needed that. So I think we'll just do a little bit more up here. It's a bit more up there. Maybe bring some off of these scratches. Some nice little scratches I got in there. Okay, I just saw that show up there. Let me just finish this. Oh yeah, that's nice. There. Beautiful. All right, clean this. Jan, that came out really nicely. You did a great job there. I love the barbatos. It's really nice, really clean. I like the gray panel lining. Black in here. Good call. Really good call. What did you use for the panel lining? Just the like the Tamiya enamel? Glass buffer, and then use basic gray and black panel line marker for the panel lining. Very nice. It looks really good. Looks really good, really clean. Ha. That's awesome. That looks great too. It's really, really good job. Really good job. Looks great. Love it. Thank you. Speaking of enamels, wonder if I should try and track down, get a bunch. Yeah, maybe. Where do you get the tiny markers? I don't know. It's hard to find them in here too. Like I have like one. Just I got it to try it. This Gundam marker, but it's kind of useless for panel lining. It's too thick. So I end up just using. Do I have it here? I mean, you've all seen me use it on stream. I just use that guy. Oh, do you mean the tiny kit? All right, we're gonna do these front ones. Swing around and do some of this. Ugly 81. It's a good name. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How is it going? Yeah, the baby Zeeg. Baby Zeegok. feel like we need some there. A little bit in here. That's the Starship Filth color, which is like a dark gray. And then we'll get in here with a little bit more of the brown. Maybe some here. Up here. Pull that out, see what that looks like. Just woke up having my morning espresso. Nice. Epcot sold Gumblaw. That's weird. Well, I mean, I guess Bandai have the Star Wars... they have the Star Wars licensing, right? So maybe just as an offshoot of that, they have some Bandai there as well, considering. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. That spot right there. The most unstable one I have, the biggest hand grenade, as they call it, that I have is the real grade Shinanju. I don't even keep it put together. It's just a pile of parts on the stand. It's just a pile of parts on the base. The only Macross... I don't have any Macross, no. The only Macross one I have, and I haven't received it yet, I've only just recently ordered it, is the 1/200 scale Destroid. Because it just looks really cool. Do I want to do that? No. I tried to panel ink with it. I top coated it, applied the ink, which to get an even coat, top coated it again. Are you still talking about the Gundam markers? Sorry, I'm not really following there. Let's get this side done. My oil paints are getting a little rubbery, which happens, right? Because you can see how much of that linseed oil has seeped out now as the time's gone on. That's pretty, you know, it's pretty much par for the course. If I took a spatula like this, I could fix it by just kind of like giving them a little mix. like that. Let's do that with some of these. I haven't used any of that red. Let's do it with this one. Yeah, it is the 502s, yeah, for sure. Various mud colors. They're warm orange. That is black. This is Starship Filth, and I think that's warm red. You have the markers, but you bought the ink to try it out, to see if it was better or worth it. And is it the ink that shattered the stuff? And are you talking about that as the ink? Because this stuff, you can't let it go down into seams between pieces. It'll crack. As it dries, it hardens. When this stuff hardens, it actually will pop things open. It'll crack. It will crack parts. I've seen it happen on my stuff too. Easier to use the markers. What you want to do is with the find yourself one of these. If you're using the Panaline accent color, it's the Magic Stick. And it works really well with it. It's better than a Q-tip. Way more control. Well, that's good to know. I'll try that. I just avoid part seams. You know, the other thing you can use to weather with is oil. I mean, what I'm doing right now, you can use the Abertalung 502s to Panaline with as well. Just by thinning them, making them really, really, really thin. So Ugly saying most artists oils. I mostly have artist oils and MIG oil brushers. Only one, which I haven't tested yet. I find for the most part, all of the oils, from the context that I use the oils in, which is mainly this and for washes, they all do the same thing. You just get some nicer colors for weathering with the 502s. Ugly. I also have a huge bucket over there of oil paints. Oil paints are amazing. They last almost forever. I have oil paints that my grandfather bought in the 1950s that are still just fine. They're absolutely fine. I can't open them, but by cutting off the end of the tube, I can get at the paint that's inside. Maybe my coats of topiary were too light, now that I think of it. Top coat, yeah. Yeah. I don't have experience with the matter that much, but I've heard some people complain that the cheapest brands don't make good washes as the pigment concentration is too low. So you get huge tide marks. Okay, sorry. So let me backtrack. The oil paints I have are all like top level professional. They're not student versions. They're expensive oil paints. Expensive artist oil paints. I just meant in the sense of like if you bought like a high-end Winsor Newton oil paints, you're going to find that the Abertalungs are just as good like as the Winsor Newtons and vice versa. It's just that you get a lot more weathering colors, right? Straight out of the tube with the with the Abertalungs. His cool kid. Or coffee staining, as the cool kids call it. Coffee staining. Tide marks, yeah. Especially in washes. That's where you have to watch out for the tide marks. That's very true, yeah. Was that my pigment brush? I think it was. It is now. Running around the house trying to find a power strip to plug in the solder pot. Are you doing some metal minis? Or are you doing some electronics? The solder pot. I think we need to mix that one up too. Going to be casting metal minis later on today. Wow. Haven't used these molds in 3 decades. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. What time are you going to stream? I've never done metal casting, Jack. I mean, I use lots of solder, right? Like the, the tanks, right? They were done with, they were kit bashed with solder as the piping on them. But, oh, and I did leave the Discord. I'll be back later. And Jen, seriously, you can stay on it. Take care, though. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you for dropping by the stream and sharing your amazing Barbatos. That was like super solid work. And yeah, catch me some other time. I'm on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights. On Wednesday, I stream from around 6:30 Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Time, whatever you want to call it, until around 9 o'clock. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, I stream from it's going to be around maybe about 11 o'clock Pacific time till late, 2:30, 3 o'clock. Corvus, 2 hours from now it starts. This is how I got into minis when I was a kid. My dad bought me the molds, metal ladle from a company over here called Prince August. That is awesome, my friend. And, like, you seem to be around the same age as me. I mean, I'm guessing. I don't want to do an age reveal. I'm 46. I'll age reveal myself. But isn't it amazing that we are from a time where it was totally okay for your dad to go and buy you a device that would make molten metal? Right? Like, here you go, kid. Don't burn the house down. 75. I was born in 75. So close. But yeah, I mean, that's like, are those days gone? I mean, I would probably be okay buying my kids like a do-it-yourself hobby blast furnace and smelting device, but I don't know. My wife might question that. Yeah. But I would do it anyway. I don't know if 2 hours from now I'll be awake, but I'll go back and check that VOD because that is awesome. We used to melt ingots in a ladle over the camp stove. Awesome. That's fantastic. And so it's like vulcanized rubber, right? So the molds, if I remember correctly, and they should last forever, hey? Like even like 30-year molds. I haven't done anything with metal. I've never done metal. I've done lots of casting with resin. Like on stream, actually, maybe 2 weeks ago, we made these things. So these tanks, let me get one in focus here. These tanks here were scratch built by me, just with styrene. These pipes that you see here were done with electric solder, just solder, and some Aves epoxy sculpt, mostly styrene. All of that stuff was done by me, and so I made the master for them, and we then cast that on stream using, I made a silicone mold out of it, just a simple one, and we replicated that for the 6 tanks that are on it. So did some teaching there with resin casting. But metal, that's like next level for me. And you're going to do that on stream. That's awesome. I'll definitely make a note to go back and have a look at those. I think it's cool, but I think metal's cooler. Metal is always more metal. And so you said you have a goblin? You're doing a goblin? Sculpting a bust with Super Sculpt. You never sculpted before, but should be fun. That's awesome. That's awesome. If you get into sculpting a lot, Jan, check out some other types of clays like Cos clay and Monster clay. Cos clay in particular. Cos clay is really good stuff because it stays kind of soft, so it's not it doesn't break as easily if you drop it, or it has a little give. Yeah, Cos clay, that's right. There's another streamer she's not awake, I don't think, so she's not going to be able to help me here. C Not Bush. C Not Bush is the name of the streamer. Does these amazing fantasy sculpts, and he swears by, yes, C Not sort of swears by cosplay, if I remember correctly. But you'll see him with a piece, right, and he'll have sculpted it. Yeah, he's amazing. And it'll still have a little bit of give, right? So like the fingers on things will be a little bendy still. And so he kind of like says it's great because you don't need to be quite as careful. There's a little more give in it, because even after he's put it in the oven, there's still a little bit of wiggle room for it. Yeah, he's great. He's old school too. He's been streaming, I think, since like it was TTV or whatever, the pre-Twitch days. Yeah, it's bake as well. It's not like a polymer, like Aves or anything like that. It's baked clay, but it doesn't go completely hard. It still remains a little tiny bit rubbery, which, if you think about it, is grand in the sense of having a durable, figure. If you're doing things on the like small, right? Nice. This is turning out really nicely. I'm happy with the way this is coming out. Get some highlighting in there. It's going to look good. So Jan, with the casting with the metal, do you have to like rotocast it? Do you have to spin it? Will you be doing that thing like with the chains with the flames on the end with them? You know, where you're spinning the molds? No. Fire Jan, the fire dancer. Yeah, there you go. They're small. No spinny. Okay. So cool. Jan's in Ireland, TJ. And TJ, you really should, you need to follow Jan. If you're awake, watch his streams. He's an amazing mini painter, TJ. TJ has been buying some creature caster and some Warhammer. He's doing some lovely paint jobs himself on some pretty decent minis. And doing a bang-up job, TJ. Jealous. I'll have a look. Oh, I watched you do some of this. This is amazing. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. One day, I hope, I'll be able to create something like this. Is this your sculpt, Jan? No. You said you're just starting. It's beautiful. It's beautiful work. From a company called Creepy Tables. Awesome. I'll have to look into that. It's beautiful work. Thank you. All right. I think it's about time we find someone to raid, folks. Creepy Tables is a wicked name. I wish I could raid into you, Jan, but I can't stay up that much longer. It's 2:30 a.m. I'm West Coast. Echo. I'm West Coast Canada, so. Let's see who else is running right now. Pascal Ruse, Miniatures Den. He's just starting. Aaron is on. He's been on for 2.5 hours. Highly recommend. Well, that's what I was thinking. Good. Okay, let's do that then. Pascal Ruse, have I spelled that all correctly? I have indeed. All right, thank you so much, everybody. It's been a wonderful stream. Truly wonderful stream. We reached several goals. We got a new emote, which is great. And we also hit our 200 follower goal, which is wonderful as well. So we'll be doing that that giveaway, I think, on this Friday coming. The Mad Hatter mini looks cool. That's on Creepy Tables, yeah. And we got a little bit of weathering in. Actually, Drift, come on, we did a fair bit. I did most of the the bottom. Jan, they constantly make fun of me. I don't know if your followers constantly make fun of you for the lack of progress because of, you know, that Twitch time dilation thing where you just can't get anything done for want of chatting and showing things in Discord, etc., etc. Actually, no, that's a lie. You run a pretty tight ship, but every single stream. But anyway, we got a fair bit done, Drift. We got a fair bit done. But yeah, so thank you, everybody. I won't go through the entire list because there's quite a bit, but lots of subscriptions, lots of followers. Thank you. You're all such a pleasure, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a great rest of the week. Yeah. Take care. If you're around in a few hours, check out Jan. He's going to be pouring hot metal into rubber molds and making metal things. And then he's going to paint them. This is when we need a credit screen. Yeah, I don't know about those. But maybe one day. But yeah, fantastic, and had a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. Join the Discord. Everybody who asking me questions, we got a really good bunch of people in our Discord that know a lot of stuff about a lot of diverse subjects. If you haven't already, pop in there. Everybody's pretty friendly, except for Drift. I'm still on the fence about him. Molten metal and me, what could possibly go wrong? I hope you have big blacksmith gloves. It'd be awesome. And goggles. Remember, Jan, safety goggles. No hydrating for you, Genuine Vision. Oh, I'm sorry, Drift. Drift is actually an awesome guy. He really is. But you need to make something. Build something. Drift. Build something. Here. Stop buying things and build them. Okay? All right. Everybody, it's been awesome. Jan, TJ, Four Dads, Drift, Jack, everyone else. Take care. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week. I'll see you on Wednesday. Let's give Pascal some love. Stick around for the raid. Stop hoarding boxes. Take care, Four Dads. All right. Good night, everybody.